Always had pear salad.
We're going to make some tomato aspic.
And the basis of it is in fact liver and sausage meat.
The 1960s weren't just about tie-dye shirts, vinyl records, and peace signs. It was also a golden era for food. Families gathered around their retro dining tables, serving up colorful, creative, sometimes downright bizarre side dishes that defined the decade. From Jell-O salads that shimmered like jewels to casseroles so hearty they could be a meal on their own, these dishes were the pride of every dinner party. But somewhere along the way, they vanished from our plates and memories. So, grab your fork and hop in our time machine. We're revisiting 25 side dishes from the 1960s that faded into history.
The creamed spinach, the old steakhouse classic side dish.
Creamed spinach is a rich, cozy side dish where cooked spinach is folded into a silky sauce, often made from a bechamel base of butter, flour, and milk. The spinach softens and the sauce clings to each leaf, making greens feel indulgent and easy to eat. Once a diner staple and a favorite at family tables, creamed spinach was a clever way to get children to eat their vegetables. Over time, it fell out of fashion as cooks and diners looked for lighter, fresher vegetable dishes. People began to prefer simply sautéed spinach with garlic or bright lemon dressings. Though seen as old-fashioned by some, creamed spinach still appears on steakhouse menus and at home when comfort and nostalgia win out. Serve it warm with a squeeze of lemon, always.
Tonight we're going to make some tomato aspic.
Tomato aspic was a bold, jiggly side on many 1960s tables. Made from tomato juice or canned soup and set with gelatin, it glowed a bright, curious red. People packed celery, onions, or small bits of cooked veg into the gel and sometimes added a sprinkling of herbs. It sat calm and firm beside roast meats and fancied salads, slicing clean when served. Kids found the wobble fun. Parents liked the ease. Today, the idea of savory jelly feels odd, yet there was a charm in its neat shape and glossy sheen. The look of tomato aspic made dinner feel planned and polished. And soon, a very different, sweet salad would steal the spotlight.
Today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite side dishes growing up, Harvard beets.
Harvard beets put a tangy, glossy cover on humble beets. Sliced or cubed beets were cooked in a sugar and vinegar sauce and thickened with cornstarch. The result was sweet and sharp, the beets shining like little red coins. It was a tidy side that balanced rich roasts and heavy mains. The sauce held the beet flavor in check and added a bright, pickled note. Many families served it warm or cold, depending on the season and mood. It stayed on plates through the decade, loved for its bold color and neat flavor. Served warm or chilled, it remained steady on mid-century plates and in many memories. Next up, a creamy corn bake that promised buttery comfort and a golden top.
A delicious side dish to go along with your dinner. Today we're going to make scalloped corn casserole.
Scalloped corn was a warm, creamy dish that smelled like butter and home. Often baked in a shallow dish, it mixed sweet corn with cream, milk, or a canned soup base. A layer of breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs gave a light, toasty crust on top. It was easy to stretch for a table of guests and paired well with ham or roast chicken. The texture sat between soft and slightly firm, with kernels offering tiny pops of sweetness. Home cooks liked the one-dish comfort and the no-fuss feel. It was the side that felt like a hug on a plate. Leftovers warmed up nicely, a weekday friend, and a holiday side. Always. Not far away on the menu waited a pear salad that looked prettier than it tasted.
Always had pear salad. It is so easy and everybody loves it.
Southern pear salad was more about show than depth. A canned pear half sat on a plate, cupped with a scoop of mayonnaise and a slice of cheddar. A bright maraschino cherry was often stuck on top for color. It read as neat and fit into a mid-century dinner spread. Some saw it as elegant. Others thought it odd to pair a sweet pear with creamy mayo. It was straightforward to make and needed no skill, which made it a quick addition to any meal. The salad kept appearing at church suppers and holiday tables, even if the flavor was mixed. Still, it returned.
We are making a great Thanksgiving side dish. I'm going to show you guys how to make some mashed turnips.
Mashed turnips offered a peppery swap for mashed potatoes. Cooked until soft, turnips were mashed with butter, cream, and a little seasoning. The texture could be smooth or grainy, depending on how well they were mashed. Turnips bring a sharper, earthier taste than potatoes, so a sweet element or cream helped tame them. They showed up in homes where cooks wanted something different or where root veggies were on hand. For some, the bite of turnip was a welcome contrast to milder sides. For others, it was a reminder of thrift. Either way, mashed turnips were a simple, sensible kitchen choice. Cooks who grew up with root vegetables defended it fiercely, saying it was honest, straightforward, and full of character and warmth.
The succotash, America's oldest side dish.
Classic succotash paired corn with lima beans in a modest, honest bowl. The dish was plain. Boil the beans and corn, toss them together, and season. Cooks added okra, bacon, or peppers in different places to give it more life. It fit well with summer meals when fresh corn was cheap and bright. Succotash felt rural and real, a side that respected the taste of simple vegetables. It could be served warm or at room temperature, making it handy for picnics or feast days. The colors, white beans and yellow corn, looked fresh on a plate and matched many mains. It was humble but nourishing, the kind of dish that fed many on little money and tasted of summer fields and porch talks. It fits simple feasts and backyard meals.
I'm making chicken Parmesan zucchini boats.
Zucchini boats were a handy way to use summer squash. Halved zucchinis had their middles scooped out, then were filled with a mix of breadcrumbs, cheese, herbs, or meat. They baked until the filling browned and the squash softened. This side could be light or hearty, depending on what fills it. Zucchini boats helped stretch a summer harvest and looked neat on the plate. They fit into the era's move towards simple stuffed dishes that used what was on hand. Today, they still pop up in home kitchens, proof that a brilliant idea can outlast a fad. They could be made in dozens of ways, and families tried different fillings every year. That flexibility made them a quiet favorite in many kitchens. They used fresh squash and fed a crowd.
Oh my God, please.
It's wonderful.
Anything but that.
Wonderful, yeah.
In the 1960s, no dinner party was complete without a shimmering, jiggling centerpiece. Gelatin salads, born from the post-war love affair with convenience foods, occupied a bizarre and delightful space between side dish and dessert. Savory versions, like the infamous tomato aspic suspended in a copper mold, were sophisticated fare. Sweet creations were a kaleidoscope of canned fruit, miniature marshmallows, nuts, and even shredded carrots or cabbage, all encased in vibrant lime or cherry Jell-O. A mayonnaise or sour cream layer was sometimes swirled for a creamy tang. This was the era of perfection salads, where a clean unmolding measured a cook's skill. While we now chuckle at the combinations, these molds represented a modernist, optimistic approach to cooking, though their appeal has largely melted away in favor of fresher, simpler sides.
Today I'm going to show you how to make a French fry casserole.
The French fry casserole was the 1960s ultimate strategy for a one-dish wonder that would thrill the whole family. It wasn't a side of fries on the plate, but a hearty, bubbling bake where the fries served as the iconic golden crown. Beneath that crispy, oven-baked layer lay a savory foundation, often a simple mix of ground beef, corn, and creamy soup, creating a deconstructed hamburger steak experience. It was an ingenious way to use affordable ingredients for maximum comfort and appeal, especially for children who saw fries as the ultimate food group. This casserole represented peak convenience cuisine, turning a beloved fast food item into the centerpiece of a home-cooked meal. The endless options of the frozen food aisle have since overshadowed this clever trick. But for a truly decadent potato experience that traded crispiness for creamy indulgence, another dish was waiting in the wings.
Today we're going to make a very decadent side dish, sweet potato leek gratin.
While sweet potato casserole with marshmallows ruled the dessert-like side dish scene, sweet potatoes au gratin offered a more sophisticated, savory take. This was a beautiful and rich departure from the norm, featuring thinly sliced sweet potatoes baked in a luxurious, creamy, and often cheesy sauce. The natural sweetness of the potatoes caramelized slightly, creating a perfect contrast to the sharpness of grated cheddar or Parmesan and the peppery kick of the bechamel. Topped with a buttery, browned crust, it was a visually stunning dish that felt rustic and elegant.
They remind me so much of my childhood and my grandparents. This is ambrosia salad.
Ambrosia salad was a taste of heavenly, cloying sweetness on the 1960s potluck table. True to its mythical name, it was a simple yet divine medley of canned mandarin oranges, crushed pineapple, and sweetened coconut flakes folded into a cloud of whipped topping or marshmallow cream. Miniature marshmallows were a common addition, soaking up the syrupy juices and providing a soft, pillowy texture. Unlike its savory gelatin cousins, ambrosia was unapologetically a dessert posing as a salad. It was a symbol of affordable luxury, using shelf-stable ingredients to create a dish that felt special. Its bright, almost fluorescent appearance was a beacon of mid-century cheer. While it persists in some regions, this sugary relic has faded mainly as modern palates prefer fruit salads that highlight fresh, natural flavors over canned syrups.
Green bean casserole is a classic comfort food, and it's perfect for potluck.
While still a holiday staple, the green bean casserole's heyday as a weekly side dish is a forgotten chapter of 1960s Americana. Its invention is credited to Campbell's Test Kitchen cook Dorcas Riley in 1955, and by the next decade it was a dinner table superstar. The recipe was a masterpiece of convenience: a can of cream of mushroom soup, green beans, a splash of milk, and an iconic crown of French's fried onions. It was creamy, crunchy, and undemanding, the perfect accompaniment for a busy homemaker's roasted meatloaf or baked chicken. Its decline from everyday fame isn't due to dislike, but evolution. Our constant craving for it diminished, reserving its comforting, creamy presence for Thanksgiving and Christmas nostalgia.
What I've prepared today is celery, stuffed with cream cheese.
Before artisanal charcuterie boards, the height of elegant, effortless entertaining was a platter of stuffed celery. This quintessential 1960s appetizer was the epitome of simple sophistication. Crisp, pale green celery stalks were meticulously filled with a smooth, seasoned cream cheese mixture. The fillings could be simple or fancied with a dash of Worcestershire sauce, chopped nuts, or blue cheese. The final touch was always a delicate dusting of paprika or a few celery leaves placed just for a pop of color. It was a low-carb, crunchy bite, representing a bridge between the crudité and the dip. More complex starters have replaced this humble yet chic finger food, but it remains a perfectly nostalgic symbol of mid-century cocktail culture.
It's made from few ingredients, and the basis of it is liver and sausage meat.
In the 1960s, liver pâté was the height of continental sophistication in American homes. This smooth, spreadable paste, made from blended chicken or calf livers, butter, and aromatics like onion and sherry, was the centerpiece of a chic cocktail party. Served in a decorative crock and accompanied by a sleek cheese knife, it was meant to be elegantly smeared on crisp crackers or toast points. It spoke of a desire for European elegance and gourmet dining at home, a step above more mundane fare. However, as American palates evolved and concerns over cholesterol and liver's strong metallic taste grew, pâté's popularity waned. It has since been relegated to niche gourmet shops, a faded relic of aspirational mid-century entertaining.
And when you serve this with your Easter ham or any of your holiday classics, don't be surprised when everyone asks for seconds.
The 1960s love for sweet and savory combinations found one of its most intriguing expressions in pineapple casserole. A staple of church suppers and southern potlucks, this dish was a study in contrasts. Canned pineapple chunks in their sugary syrup were combined with shredded sharp cheddar cheese and a buttery cracker crumb topping, often made from Ritz crackers. When baked, the cheese would melt into the pineapple juice, creating a rich, creamy, and uniquely tangy sauce, while the topping provided a golden, crunchy contrast. It was frequently served alongside ham or pork, the sweetness complementing the salty meat. This bold flavor pairing, once a celebrated comfort food, has largely fallen out of fashion, now seeming unusual to a generation that prefers its fruit in dessert and its cheese on a cheese board.
Now, carrot casserole is one of those wonderfully sweet, delicious casseroles.
Before roasted carrots with thyme became a trendy, the 1960s celebrated the vegetable in a much richer form, the carrot casserole. This dish was designed to make a humble root vegetable feel decadent and special. Sliced or mashed carrots were smothered in a creamy sauce, often based on a roux or a can of cream soup, and enriched with butter, cheese, and a crispy breadcrumb or crushed cornflake topping. Baked until bubbly and golden, it transformed the healthy, simple carrot into an indulgent, comforting bake. It was a way to get kids to eat their vegetables by disguising them in a blanket of cream and cheese. As eating habits shifted towards lighter preparations highlighting the vegetable's natural sweetness, this heavy, albeit delicious casserole faded into obscurity.
I love squash casserole. My favorite casserole of all time is a squash casserole.
The calico in its name is the key to this 1960s side dish's charm. Calico squash casserole was a vibrant, confetti-like bake that celebrated color and convenience. Yellow summer squash formed the base, but adding other finely chopped, multi-hued ingredients gave it its calico, or patchwork, appearance. Diced green bell peppers, red pimentos, and sometimes onions or carrots created a festive mosaic bound together by a creamy, buttery sauce and topped with buttery breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs. It was a clever and visually appealing way to use a garden's bounty and make a simple vegetable feel like a special event. While squash casseroles still exist, the specific calico version, focusing on a colorful mix-in aesthetic, is a faded icon of mid-century meal presentation.
A bread casserole with tomatoes. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good.
A testament to the 1960s knack for creating hearty sides from pantry staples, the crouton tomato casserole was a comforting Italian-inspired bake. Its genius lay in its simplicity. A base of canned, stewed tomatoes, or fresh in season, was layered with store-bought seasoned croutons and a generous amount of shredded cheese, often a mild cheddar or mozzarella. As it baked, the croutons soaked up the tangy tomato juices, softening into a savory, bread pudding-like layer, while the cheese on top melted into a golden, bubbly crust. It was a brilliant side for roasted meats or a satisfying vegetarian main. This dish has faded as the quality of ingredients we seek has risen, with homemade bread and fresh basil now preferred over the soft, seasoned crunch of bygone croutons.
Today I'm going to share with you my wild rice casserole recipe.
In the 1960s, wild rice casserole brought a touch of northern woodsy elegance to the dinner table. Wild rice, then a more exotic and special ingredient, was the star, offering a nutty flavor and chewy texture that set it apart from white rice. It was transformed into a hearty side by being baked in a broth with sautéed mushrooms and onions, often enriched with a can of cream of mushroom or celery soup, slivered almonds, and a splash of sherry. Topped with buttery breadcrumbs, it was a sophisticated, earthy accompaniment to roast chicken or game hens. While wild rice is still enjoyed today, it's often prepared in simpler, less creamy ways, causing this once celebrated casserole to recede into the annals of classic but forgotten comfort food.
Great side dish recipe. We're going to dive into scalloped potatoes with ham.
Before brunch was commonplace, scalloped potatoes and ham were the definitive Sunday supper or church potluck champion. This was the ultimate comfort food casserole, a hearty and economical way to stretch a Sunday ham dinner into a Monday night feast. Layers of thinly sliced potatoes and generous chunks of leftover baked ham were smothered in a simple, creamy sauce. Then, baked for hours until the potatoes were tender, the ham was infused with flavor and the top was a golden brown crust. It was a complete meal in one dish, beloved for its simplicity and profound ability to satisfy. It was the taste of frugality and love, a blueprint for cozy family dinners. Yet, For those moments requiring even greater ease and crowd-feeding power, a different, more potent potato phenomenon lurked in community cookbooks.
And I have a side dish that has to be on your dinner table. Today I'm going to show you loaded baked potato casserole.
No potluck in the American Midwest and West was complete without the iconic dish known as funeral potatoes. Bearing a name derived from its role at post-funeral gatherings, this casserole was the epitome of communal comfort. It bypassed the tedious slicing of its scalloped cousins by using a bag of frozen shredded hash browns mixed with copious cheese, sour cream, and a can of cream of chicken soup for effortless cohesion. The crowning glory was a crispy, buttery crust made from crushed cornflakes or potato chips. Rich, salty, and unapologetically creamy, it was designed to feed a crowd and soothe a soul. While it persists regionally, its national presence as a weekly side has faded, a testament to our modern shift away from such intensely rich, convenience-based combinations.
Why eat plain, boring carrots when you can have a sweet and delicious glazed carrot?
In the 1960s, the goal was often to make vegetables not taste like themselves, and glazed carrots were the quintessential example of this mission. This simple, shiny side dish transformed the humble carrot into a glistening, sweet delicacy. Sliced coins or baby carrots were boiled until tender, then simmered in a mixture of butter, brown sugar, or honey, and a touch of salt until the liquid reduced into a glossy, caramel-like coating. It was a quick, elegant way to dress up an ordinary vegetable, making it palatable for children and agreeable for dinner parties. The glaze enhanced the carrot's natural sweetness while adding a buttery richness, making it a favorite alongside roasted meats. As tastes evolved toward al dente vegetables with savory herbs, this sweet, soft relic of mid-century cooking gradually lost its luster.
Today we are making my famous creamed onions.
Creamed onions were a hallmark of sophisticated, old-fashioned holiday dining in the 1960s, a dish nearly disappearing from modern tables. This labor of love required the tedious peeling of countless tiny, stubborn pearl onions. They were then simmered until tender and bathed in a smooth, velvety, and perfectly seasoned white sauce, a classic bechamel. The result was a deceptively rich and mild side dish, its subtle sweetness and creamy texture providing a gentle counterpoint to the robust flavors of roast turkey or baked ham. It represented a bygone era of formal, multi-course dinners and scratch-made sauces. As tradition simplified and the time-intensive preparation outweighed its subtle payoff, this elegant, creamy classic quietly faded into the pages of vintage cookbooks.
Today I am making a wilted lettuce salad.
Wilted lettuce salad was a beloved quick side in the 1960s, simple but flavorful. Crisp lettuces were lightly warmed or tossed with a hot, tangy dressing made from bacon drippings, vinegar, sugar, and mustard. The warm dressing softens the leaves and brings a deep, sweet-sour taste. Often the salad included toasted nuts, thinly sliced onions, or torn hard-boiled egg for extra texture. It was served alongside roast dinners, potlucks, or hearty sandwiches. The heat of the dressing made the lettuce tender and the whole salad feel comforting. It's quick to make and perfect when you want a warm, old-fashioned salad that still surprises the modern palate. Add apple slices or sharp cheese to brighten it, or use vinaigrette warmed with shallots.